It's cool and green. Royal we culture we clean. We straighten up something that them lean with transparency from the agency of the I Supreme. Cosmic intuition and initiation from within. I'm another angel and I'm no wing like pigeon. Concept by accept of I origin, representing free-minded article breaching. Man without a woman is like a house without kitchen. People without them roots is like plants for edging. Everything perish without oxygen. Them a vibration, them a waves, and them a sound palm rhythm. Hey, time for the lions. Tell them one story. Listen to the lion voice, yeah. Up.
This is Mama Thea of Asli Pure, and when I want to hear the story from the lion and the lioness, I listen to Lion Voice with RasTafari.
Finally, is that there's going to be space for African development because of the war in the Middle East. We still have the war in Ukraine and other intrigue internally because they're not just going to let Donald Trump go. There's going to be an internal battle in America in terms of energy if you try to take him down while he's in power. That fight is going to happen. So the resources for destabilize Africa and some of these other countries is not going to be as much. And Donald Trump, as America first, may be closing a lot of the military bases that, not bringing return like AFRICOM, and these kind of things might be pared down. So this will give us some space for African development, Africa to grow, without foreign intervention. So now is the time, this is the window, repatriation window. I'm looking at the next 4 years as really repatriation window. It's going to be dread around the rest of the world, and we still have these skirmishes in Africa. But the good thing about all of these skirmishes on the African continent is that they're funded by foreign powers. So when these foreign powers money dry up and divert, we can find African solutions to these African problems.
The year is 1892, and the land of Ethiopia has been experiencing 4 years of terrible famine and drought. They call it the Kikuken, or the evil days. At least 1/3 of the human population and 90% of the cattle have died. The hyenas have feasted on so many carcasses that they have become overweight and barely able to move. Just when the people could take no more of the evil days, a woman named Wasiro Yeshimabet is giving birth in a place called Erjersa Gora. This is her 9th attempt to bring forth new life. Her previous 8 attempts only resulted in death. Will this child live? Thankfully, a healthy baby boy is born. His first cries are drowned by thunder and lightning flashes across the night sky. The heavens open up and torrential rain starts to fall. Ethiopia's drought is over, and the baby boy is given the name TAFARI, meaning one to be feared or respected. LIDJ's father, RasTafari, is a very important man in 1892 Ethiopia. Although he is overjoyed at the birth of his newborn son, he cannot spend much time with him. RasTafari is the governor of Harar and must get back to the famous walled city to deal with its affairs. Furthermore, he is the foreign minister of Ethiopia, and having traveled to different places in Europe, he is very aware of the material and military advances they have made and the looming threats they pose to his country. RasTafari knows that the majority of Ethiopians have no idea what is coming, and that he has to work that much harder to secure the realm. LIDJ would grow up to become the legendary emperor, Haile Selassie I. To understand his journey, we must first understand the Ethiopia that he was inheriting, and what it was like when he was born in 1892. Get your copy of KWASI'S book, Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1, The Rise of the Priestly Warrior Kings, and increase your knowledge about the history, politics, and culture of Ethiopia in 1892, and how it connects to the rest of African and world history at the time. Haile Selassie I, Ethiopia, Volume 1 is available for purchase at www.bookmanexpress.pub Please visit for more information.
We'll shift to a more positive. The tensions, the war, the this, the that, opens opportunities for Rastafari businesses, Rastafari ITAL, all of the things that we've been talking about as the globe awakens, as people go through hard times. What do they search for? They search for the roots and the culture. What do we have? We have the roots and the culture. So the things that people ignored in times of bliss, they come forward to, you know what I mean, to soothe the soul, the music, the consciousness. So this is the time for us to really hold the liberty, hone the liberty. We can make billions during this downturn time just by being who we are and being that light in the darkness that people want to gravitate to. So everything, all the products and services that we have, and that's why the work we're doing now is so crucial in preparation, so that when the people search, we're findable on the modern technology. Make sure you set up your ecosystems, your thing. And I'm doing creative consultations. You can reach out through my website to get your creative consultation. You should be setting up as Rastafari your operation now, so that you can tap into the global swell that's coming. Remember me tell you, there's gonna be a global swell for Rastafari vibration and energy. You think you saw something during Bob Marley time. This is the past. Watch what's coming. Remember me tell you. Alright. And 5, finally, is that there's going to be space for African development because of the war in the Middle East. We still have the war in Ukraine, and other intrigue internally, because they're not just going to let Donald Trump go. There's going to be an internal battle in America, in terms of energy. If you try to take him down while he's in power, that fight is going to happen. So the resources for destabilize Africa and some of these other countries is not going to be as much. And Donald Trump, you know, as a America first, maybe closing a lot of the military bases that, you know, not bringing return, like AFRICOM, and these kind of things might be pared down. So this will give us some space for African development, Africa to grow, you know, without foreign intervention. So now is the time, you know, this is the window, repatriation window. I'm looking at the next 4 years as really repatriation window. It's going to be dread around the rest of the world, you know. And we still have these skirmishes in Africa. But the good thing about all of these skirmishes on the African continent is that they are funded by foreign powers. So when these foreign powers money dry up and divert, we can find African solutions to these African problems. So I'm looking at this next 4 years as a potential repatriation window, and I need to accelerate our repatriation plan globally. As we move into this great blockbuster film called the Armageddon's War, which is unfolding. We need to get our act together. We have, again, a window of opportunity, and that's the 5. So number 1, prepare. War with Iran is coming. That is, you know, the whole Middle East thing, that not gonna stop. All right. Number 2, the policies, economic policies, the tariffs, the hyperinflation, the de-dollarization, the rise of BRICS, all of that. Prepare in the West to pay a lot more for goods and services. Come together, store, work together, circulate the Rastafari dollar. These things are imperative. Number 3 is racial tensions will increase. Guard your head. Know where you're there. Know where you're do. Anywhere you're there. You know what I mean? In these societies where the rise of the ultra right is coming, you know what I mean? The ultra left, both of these sides are dangerous to I and I. The ultra left don't love I and I because we stand on man, woman, child, far right because of the skin color and the blackness. So both of these sides, you know what I mean? I and I just need to stand guard and know over there. Opportunities for business, you know what I mean? As things descend into darkness, the light becomes that much brighter. Set up yourself, your business as service. You will be a light. You will attract like souls, there are tens of thousands and millions and billions of people who want Rastafari light and energy. Are you prepared as a business person to benefit from your unique talent and skill as a Rastafari or Pan-African person? Because this applies to the Pan-African community, because that Pan-African energy is going to swell during this next 4 years under the pressure. And that was actually one of the benefits, because anytime the Democrats come in, you have a black face, kind of everybody go to sleep. With Trump, and we saw this during the first, the mobilization, the this, the that ramp up, which is good because we need people to wake up. And then finally, space for African development, repatriation time. So all of these things are how I'm looking at the ascendance or the reascendant of Donald Trump, how we are viewing the American election. We got political today. How did the item feel?
The second beast was given the power to give breath unto the image of the first beast so that the image could speak and cause all who refused to worship the image to be killed. It also forced the people, great and small, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive the mark on their right hands and in their forehead. Gone down in the new world order, new world order. Happy work harder, happy pray harder. Babylon them coming with them microchip, and them prison cell, that's new slave ship. New world order, new world order. Happy work harder, happy pray harder. Babylon them coming with them microchip, and them video game, that's new matrix. It's a new world order. Them start bleaching, diverse doctrine, them start preaching. Angels for the stars they reaching, they're falling, never hear the lion calling. New world order, them fight against the poor. Machine and robot that sweep them floor. Machine and robot that run them stores. So them create disease ones without any cure. The new world order, new world order. Happy work harder, happy pray harder. Babylon them coming with them microchip, and them prison cell, that's new slave ship. New world order, new world order. Happy work harder, happy pray harder. Babylon them coming with them microchip, and them video game, that's new matrix. It's a new world order. Them pan cell phone, families don't even talk in their home. Village farmers get murdered by drones. Village mistress get murdered by stones. New world, so you better call Tyrone. Tell him prepare, use the whole earth a war zone. New world, Satan lost for the throne, so we must exit us and leave him alone. The new world order, new world order. Happy work harder, happy pray harder. Babylon them coming with them microchip, and them prison cell, that's new slave ship. New world order, new world order. Happy work harder, happy pray harder. Babylon them coming with them microchip, and them video game, that's new matrix. It's a new world order. Check the energy, make it so hard to go have a family. Man, woman and child, well that are the trinity. Preserve the bloodline, Solomonic dynasty. Vatican them say you beat at them malice and them thief. Harvest and them reap for the global elite. That's when the elder him said don't you weep. The lion destroyed them by the words that he speak.